All right, welcome everybody. Sorry we're a few minutes late. As I said to you, this is a new piece of software we're working with, and honestly, it's the first time I've ever pressed start on it, and it did give me some extra things that I needed to do. So I was expecting something kind of more instant, and then I had to do some more stuff. So welcome everybody. My name is John Botel. I am the owner, creator, um, mad genius, if you like, behind Tiny Brander, the little icon thing you can see up there. There it is. Get my angles right up there. That little thing is Tiny Brander. So, for those of you that are seeing this that don't know what Tiny Brander is a print-on-demand supplement software. Essentially, members of Tiny Brander can create their very own supplement brands pretty much within an hour. If you've got no experience, just an hour, create your labels. We handle all the shipping. We handle all the product manufacturing. We handle all the labeling, all the dispatch, everything. So essentially all you need to do is send some traffic into the pre-built stores, which are created by Tiny Brander for you, and you've got yourself an online supplement business in as little as an hour. I can do it in 15 minutes, but I'm giving you some allowance there. So I've just started doing these live streams. It's a brand new thing we're doing. It's to obviously help bring awareness to Tiny Brander over there. Helps give awareness to Tiny Brander, but also over and above that is to help highlight the features of Tiny Brander moving forward, because we are a new platform. We are, in fact, we're a year old in a few days, but we have been growing massively and developing a lot of new things inside the platform. So this is a really helpful tool on the live stream to be able to tell our users about all the new features which are inside Tiny Brander. Now, this actual, weirdly enough, that's not what we're going to be doing on this first live stream, because we took a poll in our Facebook group. And in fact, before I go too far, let me just go ahead over to the Facebook group just to check that the live stream is coming through. Let me do a quick refresh here. Cool. Yeah, live stream is coming through on the Facebook group. Let me see if it's working on the page as well, the Facebook page. Cool. Excellent. Yeah, we're coming through everywhere. Looks like, why not, just for shits and giggles, let's have a look to see if we're coming through on YouTube as well. So these are going to be all the places where you're going to be able to catch our content. So let me just see. Do a refresh on this. Go to the live one. And yeah, we're coming through there as well. That is pretty cool. This piece of software works incredibly well. Now, the one thing I don't know how it works, and you guys may be able to tell me, is if you enter your chat into any of the social platforms, whether it will pick it up here inside the interface of the multi-streaming platform. I don't know that. I'm going to learn this stuff. And I'm going to figure it out. And we're going to be all right the next time we do it. But for now, if I don't answer your chats, obviously I'm talking, so it's going to be difficult to do that anyway. But if I don't answer your chats, I'll go back and I'll look at all the social channels and I will get them answered as soon as possible. So if you don't know what Tiny Brander is, I just explained it. We are a print-on-demand health supplement software. Essentially, once you have an account, all you have to do is change a few settings. You'll have an instant health supplement brand and website ready to take orders live on the web in as little as an hour. It's a great industry to be in. I've been in this industry for 22 years, sold over $100 million worth of products through exactly the same kind of systems that we had to build individually that now Tiny Brander, up there, Tiny Brander, manages to give you just in a very, very quick hour setup. That's why we built it. That's why it's so powerful. And that's why I'd love you to check it out. Tiny Brander, mytinybrander.com is where you would go to learn more about that. So in our Facebook group, we took a poll recently and we asked what would be the thing you want to know about on one of these live streams, and anything I could kind of help with to provide insight into that. And one of the topics which was voted up upvoted was how to be able to add SEO value to your store, because all e-commerce stores, it's not just Tiny Brander, it's all e-commerce stores, have this same issue. They don't really have any what we call SEO juice, okay? Because there's just not enough data and information in the sales pages and the stores to pull any SEO juice from Google. So it doesn't really know, even though they're searchable and crawlable by the Google search crawler, you're just not going to get genuinely high rankings. So you have to do work outside of your store in order to be able to bring people into your store and actually purchase products. That does a couple of things. Number one, it brings you free traffic, which is absolutely freaking awesome. Free traffic is amazing, but it's always, as far as I'm concerned, a way to supplement paid traffic. And besides which, anytime you're doing paid traffic, people are going to search you out anyway, and it's handy if you pop up when that happens. So that's the reason for doing SEO. It gets you free traffic into your store. But the other great reason for doing SEO work for your store is the fact it builds authority. And particularly with health supplements, you want to be building authority. You don't have, unless you already have a big brand doing something else. If you had a big clothing brand, or you were a big celebrity, or if you're a big influencer online, you don't need to do that, because you already have a tribe that follows you. You already have people that are interested in you, your name, your brand. You could just then transpose that brand onto a health supplement and people will buy it. Okay, that's just a fact, because they already trust you, and that trust is then passed on to the health supplement. So you don't need to do that if you have that kind of influence already. But for most of us that aren't influencers, that don't have a big brand already, we're going to have to do some work to gain that trust. And the way we do that is by sharing information. We build up our credibility by making ourselves, if you like, experts in the field. And we do that through article writing and content. That content can be anything, by the way. It can be a lot of different things. It can be as smaller things as memes shared on Instagram, to building a Facebook group that actually you manage and run and become the authority figure in that Facebook group, sharing information about the niche in which your health supplement solves an issue. So, for example, we do a lot of diet products in our company. So you could build a Facebook group all around that, and that would give you, that would give you influence in the diet niche that you could then drive traffic towards a store that was selling supplements that help with weight loss. Okay, makes sense? Yep, makes a lot of sense. Okay. When we're talking about something like SEO, though, what we're talking about essentially is article writing on the web. And we mean essentially at this stage blogs. Yep, blogs are still a thing. They really are, and they still carry a ton of weight. And I'd encourage you to think about how you can use an influencer-style blog to drive traffic to a store to supplement anything you're doing with paid ads, with Google, with Facebook, Instagram, whatever else you're doing. If you're mastering TikTok, that's great. But never, ever forget that you should be looking for those extra sales that are going to come in for free because of the SEO stuff. Okay? Now, I'm not going to do a full tutorial on how the hell you build a blog, because I had a whole platform that did that like 10 years ago or something, 9 years ago. And it's a very involved process, and it's probably changed a lot. I haven't built a blog myself in a long time. But essentially, there is 1,001 different tutorials. You can teach yourself this in a day, right? It isn't a long process. My wife actually learned, who has no computer skills at all. Okay, my wife has no computer skills, technical computer skills at all. She can use a computer, you can type and stuff like that. But she went out, and at my behest, because I wanted somebody who'd never done this before, went out and built her own blogs. And now she can actually build blogs for other people. She's, that proficient with using WordPress. WordPress is really the tool of choice when we're talking about blogs. Okay, so let me show you an example of the kind of blog that will work well for driving this kind of authority-based traffic. Okay, so I have it up over here. Let me just share my screen here. One second, I'll find the right one. Okay, and I just did a quick search and found this, and this is just an example for you to be able to. Let me just make that a little bigger. There we go. This is just an example for you to be able to see exactly what kind of thing we're talking about. And obviously, it's not going to start with this much content. Okay, and it takes a lot of time to do content, but I'm going to show you a way that you can use AI technology to really speed up this whole process, get you a few articles done really quickly that you can throw up there and start at least getting some information. Oh, I'm getting messages somewhere. Where does that work? How does that work? Where do they come? Hang on, let me see. Let me see if I can figure out where these messages come through. That's got to be a message to do with this. All right. Hang on. Bear with me, people. Huh? Okay. Nope. Alrighty. Not sure where that ping came from. But never mind. We'll work it out. I'll figure it out at some point in the future. Oh, somebody shared it. Thank you. Whoever shared it. Thank you. I got it. I figured out what it is. Somebody shared, I think, the live stream. Thank you. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to show you a way to use AI to get this working really well and really quickly. And then if you want to continue using AI, you can do. Eventually, Google's going to start penalizing for that, just using AI writing. And natural writing is going to be required. But this could get you out the gate quickly, could start getting some hits and some traffic. And it's always good to at least have something up there. Have some kind of articles that link into your store. Yep. So this is one I just pulled up. I just did a quick search and it came up in the top listings for diet blogs, or I think lose weight blogs or something like that. It's called dietwhisperer.com. And their blog is at /blog if you want to check it out. But they have a ton of stuff on here. The latest one here is artificial sweeteners bad for you. And then if we go down here, how does late night eating affect your circadian rhythms? All interesting articles and clever stuff. Why Oxycontin matters, how apple cider vinegar can help with weight loss, how to sleep better, how to avoid Christmas weight gain, all of this stuff. Weight loss, coffee, fact, fiction. Now, obviously, there's a lot of work gone into this. And if I click into one of these articles, let me just see a good one here. Which one do I? Yeah. Can apple cider vinegar help with weight loss? Let's just hit to read article. Okay. So they've got a full, really detailed article with citations down here. Okay. All of these little cited references up here. That's all amazing stuff to have. Okay. In between these articles, they have a sign-up box. Always a smart thing to do. Try to move people away from the web into your email list, because then you can target them with anything once you have them on your email list. So it's always good to have that. Should we take apple cider vinegar? How do we take it? How-to guides. Very, very positive things to do. And then all the references are down here. So I'm guessing this is probably a 2,500 word article, something like that. So it's authority. Okay, it gains authority. So it gives Diet Whisperer this credence of being the authority in this niche. Now, once you do that, and once you get people starting following your blog for articles and for information, you are automatically the authority, and you can direct them to anything at all that you want to sell. Now, that can be your own product, that can be affiliate products, that could be absolutely anything that you want to sell, but your ultimate guide, remember, is always to sell something, as is theirs. This isn't, they're not just all about helping people with diets here. Their ultimate goal is to move you onto their email list and to sell you products. Their product is actually a book and a whole system, I guess. I've got no doubt that they move you through different processes and probably do affiliate work as well, because they have a great blog here, a lot of information. They have a quiz on here as well. That's another thing that's easy to add using WordPress. Calculators, that'll be BMI calculators and things like that. Calorie counting calculators, calorie use calculators, resting BMI calculators, all of those things, really, really simple things that you can add to a blog. So this is the kind of authority you're going to be looking to gain, and this is how you're going to get your SEO juice to your store. You're just never going to get it in the store itself. Our stores are slightly better than other type of say like a Shopify store. And I'll tell you for why. Let me show you. If we go into, this is the Tiny Brand dashboard, one of our test stores. And if we go into store management here, let me just pick one of the diet keto stores. And let me just go into that store and we can show you. Okay. So we haven't set this up yet, obviously. So it's still all showing the test images. But if we scroll down here, unlike most stores, we actually have quite a lot of textual information, which can all be crawled by the SEO search engines. Now, if you want to increase this, you can add long tail keywords, essentially what people search for. Okay, so when people search for, say, a diet product, they don't just say diet product. They'll actually write in, what is the best diet product to use with a ketogenic diet? Or what is the best health supplement to use with a ketogenic diet, for example? Now, you could actually put that whole long tail keyword into the text here, and so that actually helps increase your rankings in Google, because people are on that search term, because when they search for it, not only is it in your keywords, but it will be here in your text of your website. Whereas with a Shopify site, it doesn't tend to have this kind of much information. It's very much more a picture, a few pictures, a little bit of text, and a buy now button. In a store setup. So the reason that we do these store funnels, not only does it help sell the product, but it does give you a little bit of SEO juice, but nowhere near as much as the authority and the juice you'll get from a blog. Okay? For those of you that are not members of Tiny Brander, by the way, this is exactly the kind of site that can be set up within an hour, 30 minutes, although your images will be completely completed. This is just one I've run for testing purposes. So let me show you how to use that AI in order to really help shortcut your process to a blog post. Not going to show you how to make a blog. That's a whole different thing. Go take yourself off to YouTube, or if you're on YouTube, stay on YouTube. But if you're not on YouTube right now, go to YouTube and type in, how do I make a blog? And there will be a ton of tutorials there for free that will walk you through step by step by step on how you do this. It's not complicated. It probably will take you 24 hours to get through the thing. But the thing is, you have to concentrate on following the steps that they show you. Okay, we get this a lot where people skip steps, try to go ahead and can't figure out why they're doing it. If you're going to do this, you have to, do it carefully, step by step, and follow the tutorials that you'll find on YouTube for setting up a blog. Okay, it's really simple. Trust me, anybody could do this. Now, so yes, AI to actually post the articles to that blog. I'm using ChatGPT. And if we go in here, I'm going to show you a couple of prompts that I did earlier that really helped with this. So The thing with ChatGPT is it's a tool, and it all depends. The data you put into it gets you better data out, and the more you refine it, the better it gets. So I'm starting here with a prompt that was write me a 2,000 word blog post article. The title is oh, beg your pardon. I did a previous one to that. I did, first of all, I asked it to give me 10 article headlines that people are searching for to help lose weight if they're mobile or mobility restricted or in pain. Okay. Because that's kind of a niche category. Yeah. And that's what you want to do with it, with your articles and your searching. Think of what people are drilling down to in their searches. You know, just saying weight loss, for example, it's too big a category. Yeah, you're trying to fight against all the biggest players in the world who are optimizing and advertising for that keyword. Okay, you want to pick the more long tail keywords in order to get your traffic and to get your SEO juice. So I focused here on focusing, trying to help people lose weight who are mobile restricted or have pain issues. Both of those things are major stumbling blocks to all other diets. You know, if you have a lot of the other guys, they're going to be telling you to exercise, do cardio, or lift weight, or you know, any number of things which somebody that's mobile restricted or in pain cannot do. Right? So it's important to think of these little angles and little pockets within the niche where you can just mine out. Because the thing is, the niches that we serve in Tiny Brander are so enormous that even a small pocket like this is serving millions and millions of people and will be served millions and millions of times in searches. So it's important to find those little pockets. So I just went in here and asked it to give me 10 headlines. I then chose just one of those headlines and did a secondary search, a secondary prompt search in ChatGPT. And I said, and it was write me a 2,000 word blog post article, the title of which is Nutrition Guide, Losing Weight While Living with Chronic Pain. Okay, because that was one of the headlines that it gave me. Pretty good headlines. Okay, and I said to it to make sure to include long tail keywords into the blog post. Okay, so then it went off and it did this. It gave me back this. Now, when I actually first looked at it, it looked pretty decent. But what you have to do is check this stuff. And when I went back, it was actually only 800 words. So it's trying to shortchange you. Okay, so I went back and I said to it, it's not bad, but it needs to be 2,000 words long. And it also put the long tail keywords that we were kind of talking about in a list. Now, that's not going to be any good for Google because Google wants to see things in context. They want contextual links. They don't want it to see like you're trying to scam the system. They want to see like it's a genuine article providing genuine good to their users. I always think of it like this. Imagine that you're Google and your customers are everybody that's searching. Yeah, you're protecting your customers because you want your customers to have the best experience possible. And that's what Google's doing by changing its algorithms in these ways, as it does from time to time. It's continually trying to improve the user experience for people searching on their platform. And a great user experience is not just a list of keywords. Okay, years ago, back in the very early days of the internet, before 2000, 99, 98, like that, we used to do keyword stuffing where we just used to have like tons of keywords at the bottom of an article in white text. So they were hidden from view. You couldn't read them, but they would get you SEO juice. That's the kind of thing that was done back in the day. You can't do that now. I mean, you have to play by Google's rules or they'll just smack you down. So you have to have these long tail keywords in context with the article that's being written. So I asked it, I said to it, it's this isn't bad, but it needs to be 2,000 words long, and it should include the long tail keywords naturally into the text of the article. Okay, and then it came back and it gave me this, and this was really quite good. It gives you a breakdown of each section and the number of words in it. So we have the introduction here. And quite honestly, I did this like 10 minutes before starting this live. So I haven't had time to check it in detail, but I have skimmed it. And in all honesty, this really, really looks good. It's authoritative. It provides information. It's detailed. You're going to want to check it, of course. Of course, you're going to want to check it. And ideally, you'd like to put in there some citations, and probably if you actually redo this message again, we can probably get the citations from where it's pulling this data from. But let me just go through it. So we have a 150-word introduction, and then we have an understanding chronic pain and its impact on weight management, 300 words. Then we have prioritize whole foods for optimal nutrition. These are all subheadlines. Okay, and these subheadlines are going to help you break up your blog post into something that's readable. It's also going to help you search for images. Now, I haven't done the AI for images, but if you wanted to do that as well, you could literally take these headlines and make them a prompt, these subheadlines, and make them a prompt for AI in an app called Midjourney. Now, Midjourney is an image generator, an AI image generator that will give you genuinely unique images that you can add to your blog. Okay, so that's Midjourney. You can just search it on Google and you'll find it. You're going to have to put it into the Discord. It's in a Discord chat, but that's how you could do that. Okay. So the next one is prioritize. I've already done that one. Then we've got 250 words on controlling portion sizes and 200 words on hydration and its impact on weight loss. Now, each of these, by the way, can produce more content for you, but I'll talk about that in just a second. Including high fiber foods for satiety. Satiety is a hard word to say. Satiety for cessation of cravings. 250 words. Reducing processed foods and added sugars, 300 words. And the conclusion, 150 words. So it's a really good detailed article that you can add some really nice images to and create some content that's going to go out there on the web. And you want to do this, I'm going to say daily, but you want to do it a few times a week so you have more and more content going out there. Now, the other thing you can do is, as I said, you can take these headlines here and make little subcategories, just these subheadlines that are tiny little articles, and you can make quotes out of those. Yeah, you just go to canva.com, make quotes, and then you can post those quotes to your Instagram. You're creating more content from one thing. Okay, that's the ideal here, is you do the minimum amount of work and get the maximum amount of bang from it. Okay, you could also, by the way, take this whole blog post, going off track a little bit here, giving you a little bit more information that maybe I'll do another live stream on that actually shows this in detail. But let me just whet your appetite with that. You could just take this whole thing, this whole written blog post. You want to take the long one right here, this 2,000 word one, and you can go to a piece of tech called Lumen 5. I think it's lumen5.com, and you can paste that in there. And that's actually going to create for you a video of this. Okay, because then you can get not only standard Google SEO off an article, but you can start to get some SEO, video SEO off YouTube. It's just a little bit of work. It doesn't take a lot of time. If you have a VA, it's perfect work for them. Really, really easy stuff to do, and pretty much automated the whole thing. But literally, this article was written for me in less than 2 minutes. That is astonishingly good writing. It does have the long tail keywords included, so it will be good for that. You probably will want to get citations for it, which we can try to do right now. Let's see. Let's just say this is great. Can you provide citations for the information provided? Okay, you're not going to be able to get citations out of that. But I suspect if you just do a little bit of research, you're going to be able to find some citations that you can put in there that match the content that we have, that is generated. But it's not required to put the citations in there. What it does is it just allows you to link out from your article, which gives it a little bit more help in the SEO terms of things. So Guys, that's what we have. I know I focused on diet, but this could be done on any niche inside Tiny Brander. So you could do it in the CBD niche. You can do it in the men's health niche. You could do it in the pain niche for the CBD as well. You can do it for beauty products. You can do it for what else? Hangover. Hangover is a great one. You can really do some great hangover stuff. Missing one. What am I missing? One of our categories I'm missing. No, I think I covered them all. Must have covered them all. Okay. So guys, that was a 30-minute live stream. First one we've done. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found that useful in how to get your... Oh, I want to show you one more thing. Dang it, I almost forgot. Okay, once you have your blog, okay, and your blog is going to be on a separate URL, right? So let's say, for example, that this was your URL, okay? dietwhisperer.com/blog. I'm going to copy that, okay? I'm now going to go back to our Tiny Brander store. And I just need to go to one that has here, this one, this keto store down here. Supplementstore.buzz. If I go down to the settings here and go to the primary domain settings, you'll see that store, supplementstore.buzz. Now I can edit that. Okay, and what I can do is I can iframe anything within the root domain of that. Okay, so if I just put that in there, that dietwhisperer.com, and iframe it, and I update this, check this out. What we can do is we can go to supplementstore.buzz. If I just grab this and head over here and click this in, I'm now going to supplementstore.buzz, but you'll see that it's actually containing the blog. So that's how you can get a blog on your domain where your store is. Now, supplementstore.buzz is containing the blog. You can see all that there. But if I go back to settings here, go to the store management in Tiny Brander, let me just scroll down, and you'll see here that our store for that is held at /keto. And this is actually one of our Shopify style stores. So you can see that if you had the blog held here as supplementstore.buzz, iframed in, you could link to your store, which is held here, supplementstore.buzz /keto, without it causing any disruption to the client. They don't look like they've left a blog. They don't look like they've left the domain. It's still being held on the same domain as your store. Okay? Now that's not going to help your store get direct traffic from the SEO that's from your blog, but it will help your conversions, because you're not forcing somebody to go to a different domain, which sometimes causes friction. So that's how it's done, guys. And that, by the way, I just redo that for you. That is done by going down to the settings in Tiny Brander on the left-hand side. This can only be done on primary domains, by the way, not custom domains. And in the primary domain settings here, there is an option to go in and edit your primary domain. And you can either redirect the URL to the blog, or you can iframe the blog within the URL. And you can just update, and that will take care of that. Okay, guys, so the next time we live stream will be next week, I guess. This time I'm going to try to do it on a Wednesday at 12 every week. And what we're going to be discussing then is I'm probably going to be delving more deeply into Tiny Brander, showing some of the systems itself within Tiny Brander, and kind of showcasing some of the new features, so that I'll kind of maybe alternate it. I'll do one like this, which is more of a general training on either traffic or something like that, and then more of a training on the next week on actual feature of the system. And keep your suggestions coming in to the Facebook page, to the Facebook group. Drop a comment below where you've seen this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're interested in Tiny Brander and how it can help you build a business online that you can run from anywhere. I would be absolutely delighted to have a discussion with you, give you a demonstration of the platform privately or in a group setting, whatever works for you. So that's it for me, guys. I'm let me put my teeth in and try that again. My name has been John Botel. I am the owner and creator of Tiny Brander, and I look forward to seeing you on our next live stream. All the best. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.